my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am so excited for this video review today. It was one of my most anticipated manga releases and it's here and it's so good, friends. It is so good. Hello friends, happy Friday. It is the very first video review of the year and I am super pumped. I'm sort of doing a low-key video series this year for this month where I'm reviewing volume 1s of brand new series that have released because it's sort of like it's a new year, new beginnings. So I'm starting off with new series or new manga series that are kicking off this month. The first one, oh my goodness, and it's such a great way to kick off this year, is Honey Lemon Soda. Oh my goodness. It was so good, friends. It was so very good. As I shared in the opening, this was one of my most anticipated manga releases this year. I have a full video that just talks about all the top 10 manga releases this year that I'm most anticipating. And again, this was one of them. And shout out to Yen Press and Beneath the Tangles. Thank you guys so much for sending me this review copy. It was so good. It was so good. I'm so sorry. I know I keep repeating myself, but this really exceed all my expectations. But in case if you're not familiar with Honey Lemon Soda, it's amazing. Not part of the blurb, but I just need you to know that because it's just that good. Anyway, it is about our main girl here. Her name is Yuka. She has been pretty severely bullied for all of her middle school years. She has been given the nickname Rocky because she has basically hardened her heart and her facial expressions so that when she's getting bullied, if she hardens her heart, she's like, it's not gonna hurt as bad. Oh yes, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart for her. So she comes into high school and her dream is just to have a fun time in high school, but things are not going exactly as planned until our young man here comes into her life. His name is Kai. I'm gonna make sure I say that right. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But he comes in and he has bright blonde hair, and when she sees him, he reminds her of the lemon soda that he drinks because it's just very bubbly and he is a very bright character or very bright person in her life. And so to sort of help her open up and spread her wings, so to speak, he decides to help her to not grow as a person. What does the blurb say here? Yes, to step by step, she endeavors to cast off the shadows and he's going to help her and remind her that he has her back. Wow, this volume was everything I had hoped for. I honestly feel it's like if Kimi ni Todoke and Komi Can't Communicate, if they had a shoujo baby, it would be Honey Lemon Soda. I feel like our main girl really reminds me of Komi in many ways, not necessarily with the popularity aspect that Komi has, but more of the very stone face. Well, Komi is pretty expressive, even though she doesn't talk, but I do feel that our main girl reminded me of Komi, even though I have not read the series, so I don't know how true that actually is for the entirety of the series, but she reminded me of Komi, and our main guy, he reminded me so much of Kazehaya from Kimi ni Todoke, and I'm just like, yes, because he's amazing. Absolutely love him. He's a fresh little bean. Anyway, when you meet Yuka, well, first, let's backtrack. The art is absolutely stunning. Let me just show you this adorable, contents page. Look at this. Look at this. When I opened it up, this is just the contents page, I can talk. I was like, this is so sweet. It is absolutely beautiful. And it just literally continues. The art is stunning. This is one of those volumes of manga where even if you don't love the story, which I did, but even if you don't love it, the art itself is so bright and bubbly and it's very beautiful. There are so many different moments with pages and panels that I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop and just admire this art. It's very, very beautiful. It could be where, just like how I shared with that double page spread and how it has just this beautiful detail in the eyes and the hair, same as our main guy over here. There's just these really bright and beautiful elements and just like I said, so many details. And then you'll get like these other panels that are just really funny, though I feel bad. Let me see if I can find a good one of her. Usually they're of Yuka. Yeah, this one's pretty good. Here, I'll do this one because it's a little bit smaller. But look at her. There's times, oh, sorry, I don't know if it's focusing. There we go. There's times where she's super frazzled and she looks so adorable. I was like, she's so frazzled right now. She's so frazzled. But the art is absolutely breathtaking. I was just so engaged in the story, not because of just the plot and the characters, but definitely because of the art. I really, really, really enjoyed it. This is some of the most beautiful shoujo art I have seen recently, and it just pulled me in instantly. I just want to know more for the art alone. But let's talk about the story. Let's talk about Yuka specifically first. Anytime that we have a story or a heroine hero where much of the story centers around in the beginning of them being bullied or they give us flashbacks, it crushes my heart. It breaks my heart. And Yuka's story was no exception. The bullying was not extremely severe, but I did feel there was one moment where I'm like, I just can't handle this. I'm like, Yuka is so sweet, and you're seeing her thoughts in her mind, and it's just like she has such a big heart and her dreams are so big, and you just want to see those dreams be turned into reality for her. I don't know if caring is the right word, but she's so observant and she's so mindful and she's so desperate to have a friend that genuinely sees her and genuinely cares for her, that you're just like, oh, you sweet thing. Like you need a friend, multiple friends. And I think that's really why our main guy here is very compelling as a character. Not just because he's the hero, but also because when he steps into her life and he helps her, there's an incident that happens and he's more or less saying, you know, why don't you do something about this? Why don't you react to this? And I was not the happiest reader in that moment when he said that. I'm like, bro, did you not just see what just happened to her? Okay, like, you need to keep your mouth shut. That's what I was thinking at first. But I'm glad that he didn't, because she basically tells him, who is going to help me? Who more or less cares about what's going on in my life and what's happening to me? So fast forward a little bit, keeping it vague to, you know, keep it spoiler free here. He's like, just say it. Just say these words. It was such a pivotal, empowering moment. It completely changed everything in her life from that moment on. I feel for me, I felt very drawn to him after that, because even if there's times where he's super frank and honest, and there was another moment that's like, did you really need to say this? Because he's just so blunt with her. And there was this one conversation that was so incredibly powerful. It was related to her nickname and how he just is able to say these things that, yes, they are blunt and honest, but also they're really uplifting and empowering and encouraging. Every word that he's saying in this one, who gives me goosebumps, every word that he's saying in this one specific conversation, I'm like, you don't realize, I don't think, dude, how you were just knocking away all of those lies that she believed about herself. They were destroying her self-confidence, and he just came in and just like flicked them all away from her. These words tore you down. Here are some words that are going to lift you up and change everything. And so I loved him. I loved his character. Now, for a shoujo manga for this first volume, there really isn't any romance. The side characters, which we could talk about really quick, I love them. Oh my goodness, the whole cast of characters is fantastic. I'm really invested, not just in our main characters, but definitely in the side characters. I can't remember their names, but I love the girl that we meet, and she's like, you are my friend. I'm like, oh my goodness, that was such a good scene. There's so many good moments in this manga that really just hit me. But yes, I loved her. There's two different guys that are friends with our main dude. I really like them, and I am very much looking forward to seeing more of them. Though I do worry a little bit that with one of these guys, I'm like, I could see the potential for a love triangle to sort of happen. And I was like, I would feel super conflicted if this manga actually goes that route. Like, oh man. This first volume was just so encouraging. Seeing how Yuka has been bullied for me was very crushing. And I don't know, I felt some people say that she's boring as a heroine, like when I was looking at reviews, and I really don't think that's true, because of just how she's hardened her heart. And she just felt that if she did not anticipate these things or wish for these happy dreams that she has in her heart, in her mind, then it would not hurt as bad. And that really hit me really hard, because I feel like I don't handle like expectations well. Like if I have an expectation for something, sometimes I catch myself where I'm like, well, if I've had these expectations not met numerous times back to back, then I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to harden my heart because I don't need to anticipate or deserve this happy thing that I am wanting. That's not the right mindset to go about. So I felt, because in that aspect of how I have personally done that, I really felt some relatability to Yuka in that moment. I just, her progression of this first volume and seeing the positive seeds that have been planted in her heart, in in her life and how they are blooming in just this short amount of time. Well, maybe not short amount of time, but in this first volume alone, the growth is there and it is so powerful. It's so beautiful. It's giving me goosebumps again because I just felt like this for the art where it's so happy and fluffy and very beautiful and bright. I was not prepared seeing this young woman just be able to overcome and have somebody speak in her life and be there in her corner and not leave her by herself, not leave her be bullied by these other people and say, hey, I got your back, is so awesome. It's so very good. And I love this first volume so very much. I'm very much looking forward to the romance, even if it was taken aback by one thing that was spoken. It wasn't acted on or anything. I think was more invested into the friendships that she is beginning to form and how a few certain people around her do genuinely see her as a friend. And she's like, I don't know how to cope with this kind of thing. There is a moment too, and that was also what reminded me of Komi Can't Communicate, is because our main guy's like, we're gonna get you like 100 friends. And so he gives her, validation at certain points to other classmates to just, again, help lift her up. And I honestly feel like that is what this manga is. So while yes, I definitely see this is gonna be a romance story and I'm 100% here for it, but I really feel like this first volume is such a unique and very memorable first shoujo volume manga for like a shoujo manga. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a very memorable volume for shoujo manga because it really builds, yes, you know that romance is going to be coming, but it's really just our main girl. This is her story and her being able to spread her wings, her make friendships, her be able to build a stronger self-confidence in herself, and for her dreams that she has desperately craved and reimagined in her mind over and over, seeing those dreams turn into reality. I am so very much here for it. I love the character designs. I love the characters themselves. The plot was absolutely amazing. I know that I said that if Kimi ni Todoroki had a baby with Komi Can't Communicate, this would be the result, but this is very much a volume a series that stands on itself. It, yes, reminds me of Kimi ni Todoroki and Komi, but it's very much something so special that I really loved how it's addressing the matter of bullying and friendships and loving yourself and having a new beginning that is, I was going to say that is new. That doesn't make sense, but having a new beginning, a fresh start with a strong belief that you can be happy, that you can be confident in who you are. So do I recommend Honey Lemon Soda? Yes, I do. Go get your volume. Please tell me what you think. Let me know if you have been anticipating this manga release. It is so very good. I am in it. I am already stalking to see when we're going to be getting the volume 2 because I need it. It's a series I know I'm going to be actively keeping up on and reading as soon as that next volume comes or gets into my hands. Let me know again, have you read Honey Lemon Soda? If you're anticipating, I would love to hear from you, friends. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!